The rules of search have changed forever, and if your content strategy is still built around Google rankings, you are already behind. This isn't just a small update either. This is something way bigger. I'm David, and today I'm gonna break down Clearscope, a full content optimization platform. This is trusted by some of the best like IBM, Shopify, YouTube, Adobe, and more. And I'm gonna show you exactly what it does, how it works, and how marketers just like yourself are getting discovered across all platforms. By the end of the video, you're gonna know if this is the right tool for you. And what's wild is the secret to showing up in AI answers has almost nothing to do with prompts or AI tools. It comes down to something much more foundational. And Clearscope makes it surprisingly easy for you to execute on that. Let's get into it. Now, before we dive in, I have partnered with Clearscope to get an exclusive discount for my audience. If you start with the business plan, you are gonna save an extra $100 a month for your first 6 months. That's $600 back in your pocket for just starting through the link down below. So what is Clearscope? At its core, this is a content intelligence platform built specifically to help you figure out what to write, how to write it, and how to make sure the right people and the right LLMs actually find it. If you haven't heard yet, this has become the go-to for any serious content marketer. Basically, anyone trying to show up on Google and LLMs. Here's the reality of what we're dealing with. Google organic results are decreasing because zero-click searches are increasing, but that doesn't mean searches are going away. If anything, people are inquiring more, just in different places and in different ways. Where you want to show up has changed, and Clearscope is built to help you understand the entire landscape and how you could show up across all platforms. The core idea is this: AI search engines don't just recall things from memory, they retrieve. They actually go out, search the web, pull content, and build their answers. That means if you're showing up in the right searches with the right content, you can influence what the AI says. Clearscope is going to give you a clear, hence the name, direct path exactly where you want to show up and how you're going to show up there. Now, let's talk about how they do this with their core features. The first feature we want to cover is the topic expiration. This is where the whole strategy starts. Instead of targeting a single keyword, you type in a broad topic, let's say website builders or interior design services, and Clearscope will map out the entire conversation around it. This is going to include subtopics, different angles, every question your audience is asking. The idea is that Google and AI systems don't just care if you rank for one thing. They want to know if you actually have authority on a subject. And authority means coverage. And this feature is going to tell you exactly what you need to cover to own the conversation. So as you see on my screen, you could start with a broad topic, or you could start with a URL, or you could add in a load of keywords that you want to be tracking. In this case, I'm going to look at interior design services and hit create. And one note, at the top of my page here, you could see the specific URL that we want to rank for. So we already added this by linking Google Search Console to our Clearscope account. Now, the topic expiration for interior design services is complete, and you can see here, there is a lot of work that we can do for our domain. And by the way, this is a website that has hundreds of interior design posts that are doing great on Google, but when it comes to LLMs, has a lot of work to grow. And this is giving us direct insight on how to do that. Now, I personally really like this first keyword, so we're going to start tracking it. And once you start tracking a keyword, you could go to your track topics and be able to see where you sit against all different search platforms. And right now it's doing the work to see where we're mentioned with Google Gemini and ChatGPT for mentions and citations. From there, you could start tracking specific topics against your URL. As you can see, this is going to identify content gaps and where you need to build. And this is where it gets really interesting, because if your brand wants to get cited for relevant searches around, let's say, interior design, you need to understand not just what humans are searching for, but what the AI is searching for when it builds the answers. Those are two different things, and Clearscope shows you both. Let me show you what I mean. If you click on citations here, you're gonna see these are the web searches used in AI responses that we wanna have content on, so that we can show up for searches around interior design services, whether on search engines or LLMs. And there is a ton of information that we could break down here, but the thing I want to point out is that for every one of these searches, you see this button that says create draft, and this is where you could start to create content to fill the gaps. For example, a great piece of content for us could be how to choose an interior designer checklist. And so I'm gonna click create draft right here, and we're gonna visit this in the next feature. As you can see, Clearscope is creating a content engine for you and your team to know exactly what to create. Now, before we create our draft, I wanna talk about another feature, the AI prompt tracking. Now, inside of the track topics view, you can see every keyword sitting under a topic and where you're actually ranking for each one. In this case, I am looking at storing important documents at home, and this one specifically says best way to store documents at home. I'm gonna look at the intent. And when I take a look here, I see that we have an article showing up in position 5 on Google, which is great. But then when you look over and see the same content is barely showing up in Gemini citations and not showing up in ChatGPT at all, we gotta take a look at this. And that's why the methods of SEO from the past work in some cases, but don't work across LLMs in the same way. Clearscope is gonna give you the data to see both at the same exact time, so you know exactly where to put your focus. And this is what I love about the tool, because once you have a topic to generate content on, you can then go to the AI track topics. Now, I think you're getting a sense of what's important here. Instead of just knowing what people type into Google, you know what the AI is searching for when it's building an answer, and you could create content that gets retrieved in that process. That is a completely different game than traditional SEO. Now, this leads us to the third major feature that I want to cover, the AI drafting and writing workflow. So at this point, we've explored a topic, tracked it, and identified exactly where we need to show up across search engines, ChatGPT, and Gemini. Now, let's create a draft specifically built to get us there. And this part is genuinely so easy, fun, and impressive. When you start a new draft, as you see on my screen here, you get a few options. First, you add in the search inquiry, which the tool already did for me. You add the search locale, and then you add local targeting if that is relevant. Now, we're gonna click create draft, but right before I do that, did you notice this create multiple draft button? You could actually generate multiple drafts at the same time. We're gonna stick to one right now, but the power of this tool is incredible. I'm gonna click create draft, and then here, I'm gonna click into it, and it's working on the draft. Now, when you start a new draft, you get 3 options. You could have AI draft the first version for you. You can drop in the URL of existing content and optimize what's already there, which is incredible, or you can start from a blank draft and build it yourself. I'll go in this case with the AI draft here and get started. What happens next is not what you'd expect. This is not, hey, ChatGPT, write me an article. It's so much deeper than that. Clearscope walks you through a series of research questions. How do you want to help your readers? What's the intent? Are they discovering, comparing, deciding? And what type of content is this? A how-to guide, a product review, a research piece? And what tone should it take? You can infer from your existing pages, paste in a writing sample, or drop in a URL from your blog and let it replicate your voice. As you can see, this 5-step process is going to help you create very relevant, customized, and personalized content for your domain. In this case, I'm going to select this first option. Then here, this is going to be a how-to guide. Then I'm going to paste in a writing sample here from a recent blog post. And now it's generating titles. Perfect. I took one of the titles that it had and just made a few customizations. We'll now go to generating the outline. Now it is building a full outline for us with H2s and H3s that you can go in and edit further. And once you're happy with the structure, you can hit create draft and it will generate a complete draft for you. And this draft is mapped to what Google and AI are looking for. This is one of the most thoughtful AI writing workflows I have ever seen in any tool. Now, the next feature is the content editor and grading. Once your draft is ready, this is where Clearscope's original superpower kicks in. You get a real-time grading system that analyzes the top ranking Google results, uses machine learning to pull out the terms and concepts that matter most, and tells you exactly what to include. And it's not just keywords, it's term importance. So a score of 10 out of 10 means every single top result includes that term. As you can see here on the right, all the top terms that we need in our posts are included here, and our content is already ranking a B- with 0 edits. We could go in further and add in more and more content relevant to the post and relevant to the terms that we want to be showing up for. And as you can see, this level of precision is not optional. This is table stakes. You are closing the gap and your grade goes up as you write more relevant content against the terms that are most important. Now, the fifth feature I want to talk about is the content inventory and protection. This is more on the ongoing side of managing your content. Once your content is published, Clearscope will keep watch across your entire site of all your content. You can see at a glance here of how every one of our pages is ranking for specific target queries against the last 12 months. And there's definitely some work to do. From A+ to F grades, we can go in there and optimize content more and more. So some content that you thought was written and executed really well might be performing really low, and the inverse can be true as well. Some content that you didn't really know was doing that well can be outperforming other content. Plus, on top of that, there is a full analytics layer built into the tool. What I love here too is at the top, you can see the best opportunities, AI cited pages, and internal linking that allows you to really get a feel of what's working and where to optimize. Now, let's break down pricing. The essential plan starts at $129 a month, and I know that might feel a little bit steep if you're used to paying $20 to maybe $40 a month for software, but understand the value here. You're gonna get 20 AI tracked topics plus 20 topic explorations per month, and it also includes 20 AI drafts and 50 content inventory pages. So you're gonna get everything we just walked through, which means you're gonna have a clear path forward in optimizing your content. If you're a solo marketer or a small team just getting started, this is a great plan. When you have more content and more demand, the business plan starts at $399 a month. You're gonna get 50 tracked topics, 50 topic explorations, plus 300 inventory pages with a dedicated account manager. If you're a content team producing consistently or you're managing content for multiple clients or brands, this is a no-brainer. The account manager alone is worth something, especially when you are trying to build a real strategy around this. And let me just say this, I actually got on a call with Bernard, one of the founders who started Clearscope, and he walked me through the thinking behind the entire platform personally. And I love that because he is in the weeds of this industry and this ever evolving category. And he didn't just do this because I'm a creator. He did it because he genuinely loves what they've built and how they help businesses. Not a lot of companies can say that. From there is the enterprise plan. If you are a Fortune 500 or a large company that needs a more custom solution, this is built exactly for you. Now, every single one of these plans, including essentials, comes with unlimited users and unlimited projects, alongside free training and onboarding and priority support. That is not something you see at this price point. Now, some other tools might say, hey, we charge you a little bit less per month, but they do charge you per user. In this case, with Clearscope, Clearscope, you could have 20 users on the essential plan and it will not change your pricing. Unlimited is unlimited. And as well, this is month to month, so there is no major tie-in and you could cancel anytime. So the bottom line is this: if you are looking to be an authority online, this is how you do it. The case studies coming out right now showing brands growing with LLM citation and organic traffic for non-branded keywords is something that every brand should be trying to dial in as a top priority. And the most underrated part of Clearscope is that it is genuinely gonna save you a ton of time. Why? Because it is doing the heavy lifting for you. In today's world, writing a blog post because you think it's a good idea or just trying to target a random keyword, that is an old path. The new path forward is way better, and Clearscope gives you a clear line of sight to get there. If you're ready to get started, click that first link down below, and remember, there is an exclusive offer when you use that link. If you got value from this video, definitely subscribe for more content like this, and if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.